I received a letter from the First Minister, the Right Honourable Arlene Foster, notifying me of her resignation under 16B of the NI Act 1998, with effect from 1 o'clock today, the 14th of June 2021. Mrs Foster has also sought leave to make a statement, and I will call her shortly. However, before doing so, I am sure members would want me to convey the Assembly's best wishes to her as she leaves the office of First Minister today. And I call the Right Honourable Arlene Foster. Mrs Foster.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. And as you have said, I have tendered my resignation as First Minister of Northern Ireland effective from 1 p.m. today. Thank you to you and indeed your office for the opportunity to address the Chamber one last time. And Mr Speaker, I promise not to sing. Mr Speaker, colleagues both inside and outside this House know very well that all periods of leadership must come to an end. That is why, when we are privileged and indeed honoured with holding such a position, we must not waste a moment in frivolous brinkmanship, but rather forge ahead on behalf of those we represent. And whilst I will miss the exchanges from the seat, I am looking forward to fresh challenges. Let us realise in every corner of this House that people live here who have an Irish identity, a British identity, some have a British and Irish identity, some are British and Northern Irish, and there are new emerging identities. But for all of this place is a place called home. We can poke each other in the eye and have a competition of my identity is better than yours, but it is only by respecting each other's identity that we will move forward. Now, the beauty of the Union is that we can have all of our identities and live here side by side. My last major event, as I've referenced, was the British Irish Council, hosted in my home county of Fermanagh, and those who attended got to see its beauty and its joy, its warm welcome. And the BIC is built on equal recognition and respect for a range of political institutions across the British Isles. Each is given their place, each voice is valued, each makes their contribution, and the balance is what makes it work. Sadly, broader politics in Northern Ireland between the UK and Ireland and the UK and the EU is out of balance, an imbalance created by the protocol. In any negotiation, when one of those at the table is perceived as weak, the clear temptation is for others to take full advantage. However, such short-term advantage comes at the cost of long-term harm to relationships. It is not a real partnership. And an imbalance and an instability is built in that will fester and deteriorate. And if Brussels continue to think that the protocol is enough, they are in denial. Imbalance and instability in the context of Northern Ireland is a truly dangerous cocktail. Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom and needs to be treated as such. And if the EU does not, then the UK will have a practical, political and moral obligation to act to protect the everyday life of everyone in Northern Ireland. So I may no longer be in the position of political leadership, Mr Speaker, but rest assured I will contribute in whatever way I can to see Northern Ireland advance socially, politically, economically and culturally as part of the UK. I firmly believe strong, functioning and successful devolution is vital to this and to building the success of Northern Ireland and what it is capable of in its new century. Mr Speaker, in closing, Samuel Beckett, also educated in Fermanagh, in Waiting for Godot, wrote, "Let us do something while we have the chance. It is not every day that we are needed, not indeed that we personally are needed." And he continued, "But at this place, at this moment of time, all mankind is us, whether we like it or not. Let us make the most of it. Let's be generous." Our Lord taught us the parable of the Good Samaritan, and I'm sure we've all heard it. But remember, two people passed by. They closed their eyes to the injured Jewish man. Now, Mr Speaker, I haven't always made the right calls. None of us are perfect. But at the end of the parable, our Lord asks, "Who is your neighbour?" The one who stopped to offer help. Remember, stopping meant the Samaritan reaching out across the religious divide, and it also meant him reaching into his own pocket and paying a price to provide shelter for the injured man. Our Lord concludes the parable by saying, "Go and do likewise." Mr Speaker, let us be good neighbours. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Over and out.